What's up, my spices? You already know the truth. It's your girl, the spicy pineapple, yeah. It's your girl, the spicy pineapple, yeah. Okay, y'all, what's up? So, we are going to have some fun today. I'm so excited to do this reading. This is my first reading. Doing this type of reading. My first time doing this reading. And it's so fun for me. So, we're going to channel some energy for your dream home. So, I'm going to pull a lot of imagery. I'm going to pull from a lot of imagery. I'm going to pull some tarot. But we're going to make this very fun. So, to choose, we have none other than the Food Fortune Tarot. Which is going to be a bunch of food items, okay? So, I'm going to shuffle and see what falls out. And then we'll use these cards to be the choosing card for your dream home. Okay, here on the Spicy Pineapple Truth, we want to make sure that you are tapping into that wet intuition. So make sure that you, when you're picking your cards, 111, I just seen confirming this. When you're picking your card, really zone into what card is calling you. Which card do you feel drawn to? Which image do you feel drawn to? All of those intuitive nudges, you follow those, right? So that was just my little piece of information. Let me go ahead and see what are the piles for their dream homes. What are the three piles? 3 cards. There it is. All righty. So we have, for pile 1, we have the beginning. So we have an egg here. Okay. For pile 2, we have the White Knight. It's like a glass, a big old glass of moo. Okay. So we have milk. There's a lot of breakfast so far. Eggs. And oh yep, that sounds like a lot of breakfast. And then we have the squeeze. So we have orange juice. Okay. Pulp. Question mark. Do y'all like pulp in your orange juice? I do. I feel like it's not orange juice if it don't have the pulp. It's giving powder, okay? So this is what we have for the selections for your dream home. Like I said, y'all, this is gonna be very fun. Make sure you take what resonates, leave what doesn't, because this is gonna be a lot of you and there's a lot of energy here. So if you hear something that doesn't truly resonate with you, that's okay. Just take what resonates and leave what does not, because there's a lot of you. All right, so we have group 1 here, the beginning. Group 2, we have the White Knight. And group 3, we have the squeeze. I will put the chapters down below. You can see the chapters underneath the play bar, or you can also capture those in the description box. I will see you in your timestamp, and y'all stay truesy to usy, okay? Peace. What's up, group number 1? You made it to your reading. I'm so excited. So we're going to get into your energy. We are going to make this reading as descriptive as possible. I mean, we're going to talk about places. We're going to talk about structures. We're going to talk about things in the home that you will have a big meaning around. We'll get into all of those details. So for you, I feel like, 1, you may be a person that likes breakfast, okay? I just have to say that. Yeah, I feel like you're a person that likes a breakfast, but what I'm getting from this energy with this card, it's giving me the vibe of somebody who is probably going to like to wake early riser. So you like to wake up in the morning, or you like to wake up with the sunset. With the sunrise, or like to watch the sunset. You could be a very outdoorsy person and enjoy being outside in nature. You could also like rain, or like soothing sounds, things like that could soothe you. Nature sounds, excuse me. So this kind of gives me the vibe Like I said, take what resonates and leave what doesn't. But this gives me the vibe of a person that is going to be liking to live somewhere where it's more quiet than it is loud. This is not a city liver. This is giving someone that wants to be maybe in a suburban area, or something that's going to be maybe even more in a country area, or like areas where there's people but it's not congested. Because like I said, especially with you wanting to be, or it's me feeling this energy of a person that likes to be outside, likes to go to outdoor events and things like that. You're going to want to be in a place where you're going to have more access to those type of things. All right. So I know we have people here from all different parts of the world. So what I'm going to do, I have some cards here that are, you know, I bought these cards, they kids cards, but these cards are different countries that you can possibly want to live in, or you could be from this place. So we will pull energy from the country, okay? And then what we will also do is I have here, if you are in the United States, I have all of the states here that I will shuffle for to see what state you possibly also will want to live in, okay? So we're going to do that first. So let's start with, oh, give me 1 second though. Let's start with the countries, okay? So let's see, what potential countries does group number 1 possibly live in, or where that could be significant to them? For group number 1, I'll see what comes out. I won't ask for anything specific. So it's a lot of y'all, so let's do, okay. All right, well, I'll take what came out. So I'll take these. Okay, yes, it's a lot of outside places. Okay, look, y'all, I already felt it. I felt it, okay? So we have here, we got a couple cards. So we did get Brazil. We have here Brazil. So you could be from Brazil, or like or resonate with Brazil, or want to be in an area that is more tropical. Okay, we have here, we got Nigeria. So I believe this is a Nigerian flag. We have Nigeria, so you could be African or want to live or visit Africa. I'm not really sure what this is. We have here Jamaica. We have Canada. So you could be Canadian or want to live in Canada or Jamaica. I'm not really sure because these flags, I believe this is New Mexico. Because the way the cards are set up, they have the flag and the name of the place, but they're all like on different cards and stuff. So I'm not really sure what that was. I think next time I will just leave the cards that are the place. So 1 second, I'll be right back so I can tell you what these other two are. All right, group 1. So what I did was I took out all of the cards that, so I'm not incorrect because I don't know all my flags, y'all. I know flags, but not all of them. So I put in the words, the ones that have the name on it, so that I could be correct. I don't want to be incorrect. So we have here Brazil, we have Nigeria, we have Jamaica, we have Canada, and we have Mexico, all right? We also got here China. And we have here France. Okay, so these could be potential places that you would want to live if you wanted to live out of the country. Now, or you can also be from one of these places or have family from these places. So this is just to help resonate you with the story, okay? Now for the United States, I'm going to pull cards from here so we can see potential states if you are in the USA. For group 1, potential places they would live. Potential places they would live. Ooh, okay. All right. Thank you. I'll take all of that. Okay, everybody. So, for United States, we got Iowa. We got South Dakota. These are all places that are very quiet too. Like, so it is lining up. As well as these areas as well. In the countries. So then we have New Hampshire. Oops, wrong stuff. New Hampshire. We have New Jersey. We have Connecticut. And we also got Louisiana. Okay? For my southerns. Louisiana. So I put that like that, but then let me flip them so y'all can see. In case you are not familiar with flags. I know I'm a person that likes to take screenshots of stuff so I can go back to it. So like I said, this is my first time doing this type of reading, so it is going to be a little wonky at first, but we'll get it together. We'll get it together so we get a format and a flow of how we want this reading to go. But we getting it. New Hampshire, and then we have Louisiana. All right, so these could be potential states that if you are in the US want to live, okay? And looking at the connection of all these places, there are a lot of areas that are not city-ish. So they do have cities within the state. However, they have parts outside of the areas that are more city-like. Like, it's not like you got New York, because these places are known for more countrysides, wide fields. You'll see farmland, things like that. So I feel like here you could be a person or want to have a home that's in an area that's more free and open and away from a lot of noise. All right, so that's what I have here just for where would you possibly live. Okay, so I'm going to pull all of the cards up, and then we'll come back, and then we're going to pull on the actual home. All right, I'll be right back. Okay, group 1, so let's look now. I have this other deck. Like I said, this is all about intuition. So I have this other deck. It's gonna pull, we're just gonna pull some cards around the home itself, the energy, okay? But like I said, I'm already getting like a vibe of like a country home. You could also like to sit at the window and eat your breakfast and watch the sunrise. So I see someone having like windows in the kitchen, or like a sitting area in the kitchen. Okay, well, we actually got the house card for sure. So I do see you having a house. And look, I said something about the kitchen, and there it is. I do see this being a home, a house. So, you know, a lot of people don't desire to live in a house, but I do see for you, group 1, excuse me, let's get this coming back. I do see for you actually having a home, but what I get from this, especially the home that's in this picture, like if you look at it, it's more of a country or home. More rustic look, that's the proper term I want to use. So I see this house being on the countryside. This gives me the vibe of kids playing in the yard. I'm seeing like tire swings. I'm seeing, yeah. But then I also keep seeing like somebody like having a lot of windows or liking windows in the home. I also see you being a person that like plants. You can have a lot of plants around your house. But we got here kitchen. So like I said, I feel like there's also going to be something. Okay, I need this to stay in focus. Y'all, we're having so many technical difficulties right now. I do apologize. All right, bring it back together. Thank you. All right, so kitchen. I feel like there's going to be a big energy around the kitchen as far as like you could like to cook, or you could have a big family and I see you wanting to feed them. Like I said, so maybe there's this big thing about breakfast. Maybe you really like enjoy, or your family gets together for breakfast. Or you could also be a family that likes to switch things up and eat breakfast for dinner. But I do see something here about having a big meaning around the kitchen. Because I also got napkin and I got stove. So I could say, or I want to say, that you also like to entertain. So I could see you like having the family over for Thanksgiving, for Christmas dinners, things like that. I do see you having steering more towards like gas than having electric, but also that makes sense being in a house that's in a more rural area. You're not going to want to have a lot of like electricity around you, you know what I'm saying, like things like that. It's this is more of like a more simpler life, away from it all, and it's more peaceful. But I do see you like, there's also coffee. There's a coffee, this napkin says coffee shop. So again, I feel like there's something around like breakfast, or you enjoying breakfast in the kitchen. You could also really solely pick homes based off of the kitchen. If the kitchen is not hitting, I feel like you're like, we're not doing that. So I have an energy here for you that I'm getting about you. You could also be like a caretaker, so you could also take care of your family and love to catering to your family is like cooking for them. That's something that you enjoy to do. I don't feel like it's a task. I think you enjoy it. Whether you complain about it or not, you know, I'm gonna be honest, you know, sometimes we be like, man, I don't want to blah, 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 you know what I'm saying? We start complaining, but we really deep down are gonna do it anyway. So it's like, I feel like there is something here about, and also the home is, you know, it reminds me of like, you know, when your kids go away to college and they always come back home. They always know that like mom, dad, whoever is, auntie, uncle is always going to make this meal. This is going to feel like home. It's going to remind me of home. And they'll come back because of that also, because I feel like you put love in your food. I'm getting a vibe of that. Let me put some more cards here about your home and what it would be like. What else do you have here for group one and their home? Like I said, I said something about you liking rain, so I feel like you could also like to go outside in the rain, play in the rain, or do things like that. I do see you having some artwork in your home. You could like pictures and displaying pictures, family portraits, things like that. You could also have a daughter or a niece, I'm hearing, or you could have, there's a young child in your life that you also would be bringing with you to this home. I do see you here having like a more chill, laid back style, more so than it being like very classic and polished and very straightforward type of style. I do see a more rustic, laid back, beachy. It could be beachy, it could be farm like. I feel like there's a laid back vibe to this home and to you, group number one. Let me see what else you have here. What else you have for their home energy? Yeah, see, look, we got fork. It's something about food. Then we have the toilet and we have the flower. So I'm also, what I'm getting from this, the toilet, I feel like you also could judge the bathroom in a home too. So you have two things specifically, group number one, that you look for when you go looking for homes. You're like, what's the bathroom looking like? What's the kitchen looking like? And I feel like you have this ability to envision what things would be like, where you would put things, where you would place things. I see you as a very visionary person. So intuitively you follow almost like your own type of feng shui. Like, I know if I put this here, it's gonna really set the room off. Like you have that even without knowing that that's a gift of yours. You could also be in the process of trying to like dial back or eat better as well. So I do see you maybe also incorporating more vegetables or things like that, more healthier meals into your prepping. With the toilet being beside the fork, it's like, I think you're also going to be in a mindset at this time when you are trying to make sure you are feeding your family the best things that they can eat, whatever, the best value, the best for them, because I do see that being something that you take pride in. So let's pull some more energy. We're gonna do tarot, and let's see what else Spirit has in regards to this home, this house that you're gonna have. What do you have for group number one? Wow, we got 2 7s in reverse. I will take the Justice card. However, I will leave the others. Okay, and I will take that too. Spirit said, no, take that card. Okay. So we got the 7 of Cups in reverse. We also got the Justice card that fell out. We have the 7 of Pentacles that fell out also in reverse. And the 6 of Pentacles. Okay. Now, with the 7 of Cups energy is usually the energy of like somebody like making a choice. Trying to figure out like where they're going. So I do feel like you possibly could stall buying or signing something because it's just not right. This gives me the vibe of somebody that's like, it has to be right. Especially because if you have been a person that have been stacking up your pentacles, because I see like the 7 of Pentacles is like somebody that's been working towards their money, like long term, but it's like not thinking long term. I feel like you're in this energy where you're going to want to make sure that you get what your money's worth, especially with the 6 of Pentacles, because that's like reciprocation, like equal. So I don't see you making this decision quickly, because I feel like for you, you're going to want the house to be perfect. Especially like I said, you could want a garden or be outside or like to do things like that, have plants. You're going to want to know, well, is there enough lighting? Is there too many trees? Is there too much shade? Like I feel you being very meticulous when it comes to choosing this house, because it has to be just right. You remind me as a person that could also want to have like this house be like that house, like for the family, like they could always come back to it, like that one home, like no matter, like you could be 40 and your mom still lives in the same home, you know, like gives like that kind of vibe. So I feel like for you, group one, I feel this energy of you wanting life to be a little bit slower. and you're okay with that, but you're taking this time with this decision. It's not very rushed. It's very much calculated, so you're making sure that you do what's best. What's the best choice? What's the best choice for my family moving forward? I love this because this is like a family. Like, this is a family house. You're gonna have a family room, like, you know, where you gather together and have gatherings. I see you having game nights. Like, this is giving the vibe of a home with a family that's close. The family is close. It's not one of those divided families where everybody in their own rooms and nobody talks to each other. Like, this is a close family. They do things together. Could do paintball, things like that, outside sports, water guns, things like that, water balloon fights. I see that family vibe around this energy. And then we fall asleep, and then mama or daddy is making breakfast. And we are enjoying breakfast. Breakfast is our favorite meal. We wake up. We don't sleep in. Like, this is that family. You could also be a person that possibly want to have a homestead. You could be, don't have to. But like, you want to like source everything yourself. That's what I see for your group 1. I love this. I hope y'all enjoyed this reading. This is really dope. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I'm excited for this house. And I want you to understand, yeah, make sure it's just right. You will find the house that's just right. So if you're a person that's used to like not make, like, really take the time to pick apart what you desire, but then don't just not ever pick the house. Yeah, you know, you could find a home and you may have to renovate something, fix something, or it can, if it has potential, look at the bones, the structure, you know, rather than like, oh, this isn't it. You may have to look a little bit beyond that in order for you to make a decision, because I feel like that will hold you back looking for the perfect thing. So I want to make sure I note that as well. So I love y'all. Make sure y'all stay true to yourself. I will see you in the next reading. Peace. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, please, and thank you. All right, love y'all. Peace. What's up, group number 2? You made it to your reading. Yes, so let's get into your energy. We are going to make this reading as descriptive as possible. I mean, we're going to get into potential places, countries, states that you will live, what this home will be like, what is home life going to be like. We're going to make this very descriptive, okay? We're going to have fun with this. Make sure you take what resonates, leave what doesn't, because like I said, there's a lot of you all, a lot of energy here. So you could potentially hear something that doesn't truly resonate with you. Doesn't have to be your truth. If you're interested in a personal reading, I do those. Make sure you check out the link, okay? But you picked here the White Knight. Awesome. So it's a big old glass of milk, okay? I feel like you're a person that likes probably like cereal, oatmeal, things like that. You could like to drink milk and cookies. It doesn't have to be milk from a cow. It could be also soy milk, almond milk. They got, you know, 2015 different milks, okay? But I feel like for you, I feel an energy here of you wanting maybe like a more homestead life, or a life where you can like, where everything is kind of close by, right? Like, have you ever lived somewhere and then like the grocery store is like just right around the corner, like you could just walk to it, like things that I need are going to be accessible to me, but it's not so accessible where it's like it's a city and it's so popping. Right? So this is giving me the vibe of like somebody that lives in the suburban area. Now, some of you all could also, like I said, live in a more rural area, because there's something here about wanting to have like a homestead. Maybe you had aspirations of owning like farm animals, chickens, pigs, things like that. I see that. Or also horses, I heard. Like somebody is going to have a stable. So, but what I'm getting off the milk, right? They say milk builds strong bones and teeth, right? So when I think about strong bones and teeth, I'm thinking about like the foundation. You could be a person that wants to build your own home. So you could possibly buy land, which is what I'm getting also, is like in a rural area, maybe not rural, but like nobody's there because you buy the land. That could be an aspiration of yours. But I also get like you could also want some kind of foundation in the home. Like I feel like where you want to like lay roots in a place where it's like this is home. Even though you may go a lot of places, you want like a place that's like this is home. This is my house and I live. This my house and I live here. It's my house and I live here. Okay, like yeah. So I feel like somebody could want to have that kind of homebound. You could also possibly want to live by like some type of water, lake. You could like to get on boats. Ooh, okay, sorry, lost you there. You could want to or like to get on boats and things like that. Do a lot of water sports. You could like to fish. But I see you wanting to have access to those things closer to you than further. Also heard surf, so this could be somebody that also wants to live like by the beach as well. Or like so you could get your own seafood or something, you know, like something about having access to stuff that's like fresher, more accessible than you getting it from like secondhand. Like it's close. You could like to go to farmers markets and shop at farmers markets and things like that. So what I'm gonna do, like I said, I have here countries. So we're gonna pull some countries and then we'll also pull some states in the United States, okay? So let's see potential places of where this home would be for group 2. For group 2, okay, that one came out real fast. Now this doesn't have to be if you may not want to live out of the country. Like I said, it's a lot of you out here, but you could be from there, have people from there, or really wanted to travel there. So just take what resonates, leave what doesn't. All right, thank you. What else do you have? All right, I'll take that. And I'll take this one. Okay. So we got Chile. I like saying it like Chile. That's how you say that. So you could possibly want to live in Chile. We have here France. We have here Nigeria. Okay, we got France and Nigeria in the first reading too, so you might want to check that out. We also got Jamaica in the first reading as well. Jamaica. We have Sweden. And we have Japan. Okay, so you could potentially want to travel to these places, want to live in these places. Maybe you go to see these places and see a home style that you like, and you come back and apply that as well. So let's see what we have here for the states in the United States. Okay, so for group 2, potential places they would live, or help us resonate this message more with them. Okay. Thank you. All right, y'all. So y'all seen the Georgia flipped out there. Georgia said, hey, it's me. So I want to show y'all the flag so y'all can be hip. But I'm going to show y'all the words. But that's the flag, Georgia flag. So we got Georgia. Caught it. We got Alabama. Okay. We got Vermont. We have DC. DC is where the heart's at. Okay. Yeah. It's funny, y'all. I'm actually from Maryland and I went to school in DC. So it's just, yeah. And I actually, Yeah, anyway, yeah. Resonating for anyone? I'm just playing. We also have here Washington. Okay. We have here Oregon. We have Texas. I know that's a Texas flag. I said a country, Texas. And we also have here Massachusetts. Okay? So you could be from these places or be wanting to move to this place, state, country. Okay? So this is what I have for just potential places. But like I said, a lot of these areas have more country life. Especially where you have a lot of southern areas. And then I know Washington is like more further, so that's like a little bit colder, but it still has the same vibe. It's just like a different temperature, as well as Oregon. Now DC here, DC is a city. However, they do have sections of DC or areas around DC that you can live in, but then you possibly work in DC, right? So that can also be a message for somebody there. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to remove these cards, and then we're going to actually pull on the actual home, okay? So I will be right back with those. I'll be right. Okay, group 2. So we're going to pull some cards of what potentially is going to be the energy in the home, what kind of house, all that jazz. So we're going to pull all that energy. So what do you have for group 2 and their dream home? Okay. I do see it being a house. Thank you. Okay. Like I said, I think I said if you felt like you resonated with group 1, you might want to check it out. They had similar energy and things like that. I'm not sure if I said that, but it's very similar because they also did get kitchen. And I was saying something about the windows. So I feel like you're going to have a home that is going to, you like windows, so big windows. You want a lot of sunlight inside your house. So that's why I see you also wanting to be in a place where there's not a lot of buildings and things like that that are blocking the sunshine. More suburban area, or like I said, more rustic area. But we have windows here. I feel like you could also like to sit by the window and look at the birds, listen to the birds, listen to nature. You like to look outside the window even when you're in the house. I see you like gazing out the window. You know, you probably okay, I'm just saying it. You could possibly like to people watch. I'm just being honest. You could like to watch what your neighbors are doing, or, oh, so-and-so's outside, blah, blah, blah. You know, you could have that energy. You don't have to, but I feel like you have that energy. You could also like to eat by like outside. You could be a person that like when you go to restaurants, you choose outside seating. That's just for somebody specific. But there's something that you enjoy about sunlight. It's the sunlight coming in. You could also have like different shaped windows. So I'm seeing like those, like, what's this shape called? Y'all know what I'm talking about? Those different shaped windows, or like a circular window, or where they like form the light in your house ever so nice. Like, you could be a person that also likes to take selfies, pictures, things like that. So you want to have windows. You could film or do a lot of stuff with cameras. So you want to have some lighting that is not just extra, like access, like lights and things like that. Got the mother. So you could be a mother, or be conceiving at your home. You could be a person that, if you are the woman, you could be having want to have like a home birth, or you're the father, your wife could want to, or your spouse could want to have that type of delivery. But I do see you wanting to grow or have children in this home. It's not just like a home for like you and like somebody else. This is a family. And there's something big about, I feel like you could also want to stay home. You could have thought about being like a stay-home mom or stay-at-home dad, because I also got father here. So like I said, there's something around like children in this home and them learning a different way of life than maybe what you had. I don't think, maybe you haven't lived this life that you desire. So it could be new for you, but you're willing and wanting to build your family in this type of environment where they have space to go and run outside and have fun and be a kid. And this reminds me of somebody that could like or not like people to use so much technology. So you could like limit screen time with your children, you know, or things like that. You could also have time where you're like, go outside instead of like playing video games. Like, or let's go have fun outside, do something. Let's go ride a horse. Let's go to the circus, you know, things like that. I also have here kitchen. So I do feel like whoever is the person in the home that likes to cook, there's like a big energy here around cooking and in the kitchen and providing it and having the family feel like, wow, my home is amazing. I have this in my daytime. And to tie it all together, my family is so close and we spend time together around like meals and things like that. There's a big thing around meals, and because I got the refrigerator card as well, so you could also wanna, you keep your refrigerator stocked, also like the cabinet stocked. So this reminds me of a person that has backup food. My mom was like that. She had like cans and things like that all stacked up in the pantry. So I feel like there's an energy here of somebody making sure that their kids always have something to eat or wanting to have that. You could also want like a fancy fridge. Even though like I know this is like more rustic, you could want like one of those fancier refrigerators where you can like touch the screen. I feel like, excuse me, that would be like the only thing you would really want, like super technological in your life, like the refrigerator. I see like a more fancy fridge. You could be into like eating healthier or wanting to eat more healthier. So with the refrigerator, it gives me a vibe of somebody that's like keeping like fruits, vegetables, things like that cold. You could also be a person that meal preps so that you have things, you have enough sections in the refrigerator for your meal prepping and things like that. And then we got here toothbrush. So with the toothbrush, that gives me the vibe of you wanting to be able to care for yourself in this home where so this gives me the vibe of somebody that always has everything. Like I said, there's always food in the fridge. There's always backup toothbrushes. There's always backup washcloths. We have all of these extra amenities that we need that are on storage. So you could also have a storage somewhere like in your home where you keep backup things so you don't ever run out. But also what I get with this is like, yeah, like backup soap, backup toothpaste, you know, like you're never running out. You could like to, or could like to like use couponing or like savings and things like that. You take advantage of like sales at the store. And I'm not saying like nobody does, but like you take advantage, like you look out for the sales. Like, oh, I should get this then because it's going to be cheaper. I want to pull a couple more. What else do you have here for group 2? Brothers. See, yeah, like it's a lot around the family, like bath. Like I said, I feel like you like to pamper yourself. So you could also be wanting a bathroom. And I just heard something that like sounded like a phone ringing. That was so weird. It was so loud. Wow, that was very loud. So you could want that as well. We also got here sister and brother. So like I said, you could have children or want children. Don't have to. But I do feel like this is a family home where there's just mom, dad, and children. Yeah. I do also see there being like a big energy around the bathtub. So like I said, you could be wanting to have like a situation where you have a bathtub. You know, some people have only showers. I think like you would want both. You would want a deep bath. You like to pamper yourself, so you're gonna want the energy around the bathroom just as much as the kitchen to be vibrant, high energy. You could have, now this is for somebody, but you could have like you could have like twins or like multiple babies or like Irish twins. I feel like the kids are close in this house. I heard sibling rivalry, but I don't feel like it's like deep. It's just like petty, like, oh, you took my toy. Like, it's like not like I'm out to get you. But I do see like playful banter in the home as well. Yeah, you could like wood furniture. So I'm seeing like a lot of wood around as far as like entertainment system, cabinetry, things like that. Like it's a lot of like wood. You could also have like a more simplistic viewpoint like on how you want your home set up. It's not giving like, the word I want to say is gaudy. Like it's not gaudy. It's simple, but it's quaint. Like it's comfortable, but it's not like extravagant. It's not like you spent like $1,500 on a couch. You know, them couches is high. So like it's still beautiful. It's still a beautiful, and it's homey. More than anything, what I got for your dream home is it's homey, and you're going to really have a lot of love in the house. This is like, we are family. You could do TikToks and stuff like that since we're in that era. You know, you could be a family that like do things like that together, post challenges and things like that. I'm going to pull some tarot to see what else Spirit has around your dream home. Holy Spirit, what else do you have for us here for group 2's dream home? Okay, that's a lot of cards. Why would you throw so many cards at me? My goodness gracious. All right, y'all. So we have here the Page of Swords. We have the Death card. We got so many. We got the Star. Let me see if I can slide them all in here, since so many had to come out. The Star card. And we got the Six of Cups. We also got the Ten of Swords. I want to make sure we still in the screen. We got the Three of Wands. The Queen of Swords. The Knight of Pentacles. Okay, so let's talk about this a little bit. So I want you to be as clear as possible when it comes to these readings that I do. So I'm going to read these in sections so you can understand. So with the Page of Swords, The Page of Swords is usually like an energy of like being in, having like inspired a new idea. And so with that coupling with the Death card, because that's like starting over, rebirth, I feel like you have recently changed what type of home you desired. So if you like desired one style of living, and then you really like matured and grew up, and then seen that you want to live a different way, I see that that's what's happening here. Is you have now have a different outlook on what you want in a home. Okay? And that has inspired you to possibly look at different ways of living. Like I said, this reminds me of somebody that could possibly want a homestead or some type of living where they could be self-sustainable on their own, or as much as possible. But so with the Star card, that's usually after a Tower, like I said, and there's something that has happened or will happen where you are like, oh my goodness, this is it. And it may be a home that you never expected to like walk up in like. So think about like you, like say you have a Zillow and then you have all these houses selected. And like say you have like this one house is like top house. But then you have like house number 5. And you're like, yeah, I kind of like it when you looking at it. But then when you walk in, it's like, oh my God, like all the feelings rush in, and then you see you can envision all of the moments that you're gonna have in that house right then and there. Like that's how magical what you are gonna experience when you find this home. Like it's gonna be like, oh my goodness, I wanna raise my kids here. Especially like what you see the imagery in the 6 of Cups, because that's nostalgic energy. But then when you're looking at the picture, it's like you are going to create childhood memories for your family. Your child is going to always remember that home. Like that's the vibe I feel you're trying to create here for your family. And so, wow. Then they have the 10 of Swords here. The 10 of Swords with the 3 of Wands. Now the 10 of Swords is really showing the energy of like burdens, trials, tribulations, things like that. So then when you have it next to the 3 of Wands, the 3 of Wands is usually like looking ahead. But then I feel, because these two are together, it's like you could let, okay? You could let the perfect. And I didn't even notice that the camera cut off, y'all. So now, let me get back to what I was saying. So I said we have the 10 of Swords here. I'm not really sure what you heard last, but we have the 10 of Swords here and the 3 of Wands. And this is an energy of like obstacles stopping you. So this makes me feel like you could be putting a lot of things in the way of really feeling like you can have this home. So even if it's like a money value, like say for instance, like all the things, if you wrote down all the things you desire on a list, and then you start to like look for these things, like just like, because this is like vision work, right? You start to look for these things, and then you start to see like, oh, it may be unobtainable. Oh, that's $1 million house. How could I live in $1 million house? You know? And then so like you let that negative energy influence you truly dreaming and thinking, dreaming big. Like, especially like I said, if you're a person that wants to build a home from scratch, who said you can't? You know, it could be you thinking about the financial part of it. Oh, this is too much money. But if you really buckle down and really get into your manifesting energy, you will see that anything that you desire is possible and obtainable. But you have to release like the obsession in your mind that you will not or you cannot afford. We can't afford this. Maybe one day you will, because you internalize, okay, I need this much money. Okay, well, I have to do this, X, Y, and Z. When you start making those small changes, the universe is going to work with you, right? So what I see for you in this home is I see you wanting something very extravagant, a lot of land, a lot of space, or it may take a lot of work. However, don't think that anything that you desire is unattainable. I see this stalling you if you fall into the energy of like, oh, it's another obstacle. It reminds me of like HGTV, when you watch like those home building shows and then they run into something and they're like, oh crap, I gotta fix this now. And it's like, you could just be like, whoa, this is a burden. But at the end, this is a home and the home is where your heart is, and this is where everybody is going to come back to. So I understand you wanting it to be the perfect home. So just, if that takes a little longer, I feel like you will take that time, because I feel like you want a forever home, or at least a long-term home where it's longer term than just, oh, we lived here for 5 years or 10 years. Like, I see like your kids coming back and be like, oh, grandma's house, right? Or grandpa's house. So that's the energy that I have here for y'all in regards to your home. And it's beautiful. Wide open. I see like you also possibly having playgrounds. So like things for the kids to play with. Like I said, you could have a tire swing. You could have some type of spacing outside as well. You could, if you're into sports, I see you also like having like a space for that. You could like build a court or something like that. But I see you wanting a lot of land. You could also want it fenced in as well. Or you could want to live in a gated community. Like I said, there's a lot of you all here that have a lot of different energies. So take what resonates, leave what doesn't. But overall, the message here, what Spirit is trying to point out to you is, don't let the obstacles deter you from dreaming big and dreaming. If you have dreamt of living in something, like if you dreamt of something from childhood, look at this bear. It's a bear in this picture. And then I want to show y'all. I don't know if y'all can see it. There's a bear in this picture with this little girl with the 6 of cups. And then there's the bear stabbed. And it's like you had this dream as a child of wanting and having this desired home, this lifestyle. And don't sabotage it and stab it up with negative thoughts. Really believe that you can have it because it's already yours. I hope that resonates with y'all. So that's what I have for your home energy, okay? So make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. I love y'all, and I will see you in the next reading. Peace. Stay true to yourself. What's up, group number 3? You made it to your reading, so let's get into this energy. We are going to make this reading as specific as we can. We're going to go into potential countries you may live, who you are, what you like in a home. We're also going to talk about potential places you will live, and what is the living life like? What is living that life like in this home, okay? So we're going to make this as specific as possible. Again, remember that there is many different people here, so take what resonates, leave what doesn't, and let's get into it. So you picked the squeeze, okay? So this nice glass of orange juice. Let me tell you something. When I saw this, I was like, this person likes to garden, and nonetheless, or more than that, I feel like this person is going to have or like to have different type of fruit trees around. So you could have an apple tree, or you could have a cherry tree, or you could grow a lot of other things, mangoes. You know, you could have or want to have some type of vegetation that's growing around you, but that's edible. Then now, this is not like a farm. This is a house, but then somebody has like a garden or a space where they grow fruits and vegetables. okay? You could like to do a lot or make a lot of stuff fresh. So having this garden that's close, whether it's like an indoor garden or even like a big expansive garden that's outside, I see you growing things. Maybe in your windowsill, or maybe out, like I said, outside in a big garden, in a greenhouse. I see somebody wanting to be a part of the food that they're eating. So what I'm getting off of this vibe for you, you could also like to live in places that are more hot. Because with the orange, it's also making me think about Florida, like Sunshine State, warmer areas, places where you could put on some sandals. This is giving me the vibe of somebody that likes to go to the beach or go to outdoor events, fairs, things like that. They like to explore. So you could also like to travel a lot of places as well. Or aspire to, you know, see the world. See the world. So that's what I'm getting, just so far. And then like there's this infinity sign inside the orange juice. So I know when I was younger, I used to drink a lot of orange juice. And I wouldn't get sick. Like as much as everybody else was always getting a cold and stuff like that, I never had flu shots. And I would drink orange juice. Excuse me. So this is giving me the vibe of somebody understanding that health is wealth. You could also like juice. So you could like to or drink smoothies or like Jamba Juice, things like that. So you could have a big vibe around the kitchen and keeping it fresh, yeah. You could like to eat like salads. You could like to eat, you know, this doesn't have to be you, but you could also just like fresh things. So even if you like are eating other stuff, you make sure you throw in like a fresh item in there to keep it, you know, culture, you know. You make sure you eat your vegetables with your steak, you know, stuff like that. So we're gonna first pull potential countries and states that this house will be in, okay? And then we will go into what the house is like and the life is like, okay? So let's see potential countries. Now this could be where you are from or somewhere that you really have, thought about traveling to. So we're gonna do that. And then we'll also go into the 50 states if you are in the USA so that we can see those as well. So what do you have here for group 3 as far as their dream home? Have any more? Okay. Cool beans. So, we have here the UK. So you could be from the UK or want to live in the UK, want to travel there. We have Argentina. We have Zimbabwe. We have France. And we also have China. Okay, so take what resonates, leave what doesn't, because we have people that are in the States and also not. So we have that. Now let's do the 50 states in the US, potential places where group 3 would live or states that resonate with them. Ooh, that was way too many. Way too many. Fine, whatever. I'll take them all. So, potentially a bunch of you all will pick this group. So we have a lot of states here that came out. I will take them all. Okay. So first we got Alabama. I'm gonna show y'all the flag and then the state. So we got Alabama. We have here Washington. We have North Dakota. Oops, wrong side. Wrong side. North Dakota. We got here Tennessee. We got here Idaho. We got Missouri. Try to flip that over for y'all. Missouri. We got Vermont. Sorry, y'all. We got South Dakota. Make sure y'all can see it. South Dakota. We got Oregon. This one was already flipped for us. Got Oregon. We got West Virginia, so y'all can see the flag. West Virginia. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. West Virginia. We also got Ohio. I want to see where I have space to put the rest of these. Ohio. I told you y'all got so many. Ohio. We got Virginia. We got Texas. We got Alaska. And we got Arizona. Okay, so there's several states here that potentially you could be from or want to live in or thought of living at. So these are just, like I said, options. They don't have to be set in stone. So I'm going to clear these off and then we're going to come back with the energy of the home. Okay, I'll be right back. All right, group 3. So let's see. We're going to pull some cards here for the actual home. So what do you have here for group 3 in their home? Okay. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. So we got some interesting cards here for y'all. So we have quilts. So I do see, because a lot of you all had, some of those states that were here, they had like a lot of, they experienced all 4 seasons. So I see you having a lot of blankets or things like that in your home. You could also probably like to do like campfires, things like that outside. You could like to look at the stars at nighttime. It's something about, or also cuddling up under blankets and things like that and watch movies. So I'm getting a lot of different vibes. It's like I said, it's a lot of y'all. We got here a robot. So like I said, I didn't get the vibe of this home being very like simple. So you could have like a lot of electrical things around that assist with daily living. So like an Alexa, or you can have like a Roomba, like that vacuums for you, or like, you know, like a lot of those things that do stuff for you virtually. It kind of gives the vibe of a smart home, but not all the way. Like if you've seen that movie from back in the day, Smart House, it's not like that. It's not going to attack you, not this house. But I do see you also having like maybe like an intercom in between like the house, so like you could talk upstairs. Something like that, because you know they have homes like that where you don't have to scream around. I feel like you also have a lot of like updated furniture. So as far as like the refrigerator is concerned, like you have like one of those LED ones with the screen or something like that. I see you also having like the fancier Keurig, like all your appliances in the kitchen are up to date, or of more like a chrome look. You could like chrome, that more sleek look. I want to call it like modern, because like that's like what homes look like now, but that more sleek, polished, like housewives of whoever type of home, like I see like something like that. Especially because you have your dining room, so there could be like a big energy for you around entertaining at the house. So you want to have like a living space where you can have at least like a group of 15 people in your space. And I see you also wanting to entertain, so you could be cooking for them or hiring people to do that, you know, like throwing dinner parties and things like that. I see you being having a big energy around that. So this home is going to have a space where it's open. But see, like even if you look at this dining room, this is the style I'm talking about. So if this is for you, you'll resonate with this. But the battery is actually about to die, so I'll be right back. Okay, group 3. So I was trying to show y'all this image. And look, as I'm talking, my Alexa starts going off. Here? That's so interesting. So that just confirms what I said, like, and if you look at this aesthetic in this home, like I see you having like hardwood floors. I see you having big windows. I see you having like some type of statement piece in your home that is like gets everybody talking, like, oh, this is so beautiful. Where'd you get this? Like I see you valuing things like that in your home. Like I said, I also said big windows. Like I said, big windows that let in light. This is a super big message around like entertaining and having like this aesthetic. Not saying that you're trying to like paint a picture for people, because I don't want that to come across like that. What the message is this is a more of an updated home that's going to have, like, you know, the more fancy washing machines, you know, that can actually start on their own, you know, things like that. That's to help with, like, you could be a person that could be very busy. So this runs me as a person that doesn't really do a lot of stuff around their home themselves. So like you could like hire people to like cut the grass. Like, you know, I don't see you like cutting your own grass or like something like that, but I see you hiring people to do that. If you have to do it and you gotta get it done, I'm sure you would do it. But that's not your first choice to just go and blow the leaves off the lawn. Like, you know, this gives me the vibe of somebody that is busy and they try to allocate as many different tasks to other people or things as that they can, so that they can keep up with their schedule. I have kitchen here. So like I said, I do feel like in exactly the kitchen I was talking about. Chrome, updated appliances, things like that. A more sleek look. You know, you see these little special like little tinted glasses that light up. The glass tint on the drawer. You know, that's like a statement piece, and people are like, whoa, that's cool. Where'd you get that? Like, I see you having things like that in your home. Also got here a chair. So what I get from the chairs, like I said, I feel like you have like some type of seating. So you could also in your kitchen have, because this is more of an entertaining person, you can have like an island with chairs there so that people can sit and watch or interact with you while you're cooking. Or if you're having a personal chef or somebody come by, they can actually enjoy that up close and up front without having to stand. So this is a house that is very much so considering the comfort of their guests as well, not just their own comfort, but the guests, because there's a big energy around having people around, whether it's family or whether it's like friends, because it doesn't just give me the vibe of like just family. Now, family could come by. You could be also a single dad or like a single, like a bachelor. This is for some. You don't have to, but you could be that. This is giving like the vibe of like somebody that has a life that is more simpler, as far as not having like a bunch of family things and tasks like that on their hand. Now, you could have family come by. You could have people drop by often, but this gives me the vibe of somebody that also likes, like, you could like to live alone. You could like to not have other people in your space, whether you do or not. This is also reminding me of somebody like that has like a man cave or some kind of space in their home that's just for them as well. So there is that as well. If you do have kids, like I said, this is still like a home though, where you probably have a section for the kids, like they have their own space, because you want to keep the aesthetic, everything polished. Like I feel like you're a person that values cleanliness, so you like things to be put in a certain spot. So this is somebody that also likes organization. Because I'm hearing when I need it. So like when I need something, I need to know where it's at. So I see this home being very structured in that sense, as far as like cabinets being labeled or jars being labeled, have a labeling system or something like that. Things like that that help with keeping things efficient around. Let's see what else we have here for group 3 and their home energy. And there goes the kids. So yes, Spirit was like, some of them got kids. Okay, I got it. My bad. My bad, my bad. So we have here grandfather, father. We also have here fork, like I said. So I feel like there is a big energy around cooking and entertaining, making people enjoy coming over. Like, oh wow, I really enjoy going to so-and-so's house. I had the best time there. Glasses, like I said, you could also take pride in having, you could have entertainment forks and silverware. Like you have special dinner, you know, things, plates, stuff like that you bring out for special occasions. You don't always eat on those type of plates. This is giving me this type of vibe. We got here garden. So like I said, especially what I was just saying in the whole beginning about you like having your own like apple trees, some type of fruit, some type of flowers, some type of greenery, things like that around you that you want to have in your home. So I see you could also like or have like higher doorways or higher ceilings. So if you were like a person that likes more space between you and the roof, you know, I see you having like a higher ceiling or a higher door situation. You could also have more rooms in your home. So I see like maybe like potentially having like 3 rooms plus up. So like guest rooms, things like that. We have here a tap. So yeah, fancy water fixtures and stuff like that. I see you having like one of those like sinks in the kitchen that you could take the hose off and spray it. You know, like one of those like more advanced sinks. Also having like that tap over the kitchen. You know, they have like these little faucets, water sources over the stove so that you can fill up big pots and stuff like that without having to like move the pot like this. So I see you having something like that as well. And then like we keep getting boys. So like I said, you could be a male in here, doesn't have to be, or you could have a little boy, a son, something like that in your life, a nephew or a child that you look after that is a boy. Don't have to be, but could be also a girl. But I feel like for a lot of you, you may have children in your life that are yours, but for some of you all, you have children in your life, but they're not your children. So they come over sometimes, or you could be like co-parenting with somebody and your children are always there with you. That's just for some. But that's what I see here in this group. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pull some tarot to see what other messages Spirit is going to have to further this message here. What else do you have for group 3 in their dream home? Their dream home? So we have here the 3 of Swords. And let me get these cards right for y'all. Slide these over. Hope y'all can see it. Got the door, the tap, and we got the little boy. Okay. And then we have here the 3 of Swords. We got the Hangman. We got the Death card that is in reverse. And then we have here a Wheel of Fortune. So, like I said, when I was telling you, I feel like this is like a bachelor or somebody. I feel like this is somebody that like you possibly have lived alone for a while, or you've had your own space. Now, do you possibly want a family? Sure. I'm not saying, because some of you may not. But for most, I feel like there is a desire to not just only be entertaining guests. I feel like there's you wanting to have a child in your space, but maybe not seeing that reality right now. So in the reading, because when we have the 3 of Swords here, that energy is showing like heartbreak, pain, things like that. So it gives me the vibe of somebody that like doesn't want to be in a home alone, but they probably currently are. But their desire is to have somebody or something that they can bring together that creates a home. I see you living like in a neighborhood, maybe that has like a fence, like a gated community, things like that. Maybe you also have an HOA or something like that in this area. But with the 3 of Swords and the Hangman, because the Hangman energy is the energy of like pausing, like on really getting understanding and getting clear. You have to, there's a change that you will be making that will transition you from being the single person to being the family person, if you are the single one in this scenario. Now, if you are a person that are already in a relationship, there is a change that is going to happen with you. And that change is going to allow you to see, to visualize all the potential things that you could have, even if you don't have it. So there's like someone here that like is looking at what they don't have, all the things they don't have, and they do desire this. And then there's the other side who is by themselves. They're alone. And they do desire to have this. If you already have a home and you want to share it with somebody, like this could be that vibe, or even getting a new home with somebody. But currently it's like crying over what you don't have versus really working towards what you do want to have. And that's like no tea. You know, I'm like being honest. Spirit says it needs to be said, because it's like if you don't desire to be alone in your home, you don't have to be. And you don't have to fill your company with people that don't resonate with you or the time, space, and energy you are giving just to feel complete. Whatever you desire in your home, you will make it a home, because it's home is where your heart is, not where you are in the building, right? This is like somebody also realizing like you can have the biggest home and this, that, and third and still not feel happy in it. So work on what you truly want and manifest that into reality so that you can have the whole picture, just not a piece of it. So that's what I'm getting for your energy as far as this house is concerned. So I hope y'all like this reading. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next reading. Peace. Make sure you stay true to yourself.